Hello, good morning, and thanks for joining me on Business. Now, the IMF cannot be blamed for the current challenges with the economy. That's the view of renowned economist Dr. Joe Abbey. The previous administration ended the year spending far more than previously thought. This could result in the budget deficit reaching almost 9%. The country's debt in relation to the value of the economy has also crossed the dreaded 70% mark and missing out on end-of-year inflation targets of 13.5%. The development has resulted in some people questioning the effectiveness of the IMF program, especially when all the review meetings show Ghana was on track with this consolidation program. But Joe Abbey says the fund acted based on data presented to them.
A lot of Ghanaians will have to know that the assessments that the IMF made were on the basis of what our government officially told them. For example, we never admitted that we were having payment arrears in the system. So the IMF will look at the way you seem to be closing the deficit gap in line with the program targets and would say that you are doing fine. The reality, though, is that if meanwhile you are piling up payment arrears, if you don't pay, it will look like you're not borrowing. So there's a way in which there's a technicality here that if the IMF itself, so your question really is this, was the IMF fooled, or was the IMF itself withdrawn and say to Ghana, look, if you people are all sitting down there, and if you say this is what you are achieving, and if this is what is coming to us officially from the highest level, then you are doing fine. So there's a way in which we should be careful not to get ourselves involved in a blame game which can hit us back. In year 2001, the IMF came up with a report which said that Ghana had economized on some of the information given to them, and therefore some disbursement they made in August 2000 should not have been made. And Ghana was embarrassed by that. So it is not too difficult for the IMF to again come and say, we also have been hurt. So you can't say we didn't defend you. It is the responsibility of us in civil society to find the ways and means of holding our governments to account, not rely on somebody else to be accusing our government of lying.
Now, the Statistical Service yesterday announced a drop in inflation rate for the month of December to 15.5%. Deputy Government Statistician Ba Wadie has been explaining to Joy Business what really accounted for this decline.
Depending on what policy direction any government is pursuing for the economy, whether it is inflationary or it is deflationary, we have a lot of information as to the weights of various items, and the effects of every item would have a weighted impact on the economy. And people should pay attention to the data that is being produced. They should use data for the determination of policy. And when they use data, they will be able to judge beforehand the effect of some of the policies on the economy.
A quick one on the policy still, the 8% target. It appears we haven't been able to, the one Justice spoke about. What can get us there?
The 8% target, that is what I'm saying, that when we are setting the target, if you want to reach 8% in inflation, then if you should target, you should implement policies that have deflationary effect.
Such as what?
I won't know what, but what I'm saying is each of the items that people consume have a weight. That is, has a proportion in terms of its impact on the overall inflation. So
all right, so there'll be more on that on the marketplace later on Joy News. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji.